Okay, ladies,
Morning, Kurt.
good morning on my end. Good afternoon or good evening. Joey Jones, did you know that I am here in the morning and that you are there at night?
Yeah, it's a very comfortable time. It's about 2:40. We finished our 4 rounds for the day, and it's been exciting.
Yeah, hang on 1 second so at least people know what's going on. You know, Joey Jones, he is in Bahrain for the indoor FAI Indoor World Cup, and we're having a telecommunication meeting here. Thanks for taking the time, Joey, and to give us a little breakdown of what's going on there. It's pretty exciting in many ways for you.
Yeah, it's been a great competition. The venue's really nice. Food's been good. Things been running more or less on time. It's been a pretty well run meet, full of surprises, in some categories anyway. We can start with the junior category. These kids are just flying crazily fast. Huh? I don't know if you guys have seen any of the scores, but the Canadian Air Devils just did a 52 on round 6. Might be a junior record. You never know. And that really has pulled them away and locked them in unless something tragic happens with the 10-point lead, 2 rounds to go over the France Aerocart juniors. They had a bit of a rough run on the fast round, but they still have a 7-point lead over the Czech team with the France B team pulling up the last spot. But it's really exciting to see these kids fly, moving so fast. I think we need to give them a harder dive pool with the way they're moving through this AA dive pool.
Okay, well, yeah, the scores we have already seen, but there's some give us some insights, Joy. What's there? You are heavily involved yourself. You're flying with Eros, right? The British team.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back as a member of the British delegation, and a member quit the team after the Bedford Challenge, and they asked me to join the team, and I did. We got 4th place at the British Nationals with a 16 something average. It was good times, and we decided to continue. You know, it keeps me in the sport. Jumping is it's always fun. So we've got a pretty decent plan, and we're looking forward to getting back in the wind tunnel, being prepared for the Bedford Challenge. It's our first indoor competition, so we're doing all right. First day was a bit ropey, but you know, we just showed up the night before. It wasn't a big workup for this competition. And then last year I worked as a consultant with the Wemby team, the High Rollers. And then this year they've asked me to be a little bit more involved, and it's been a really amazing project with adding the 2 girls from the female team, Sophie and Christine, have brought some spark and fire and some little hummingbird-like skills in there, and has really stepped up the pace. If you look at some of the scores, even on round 1, we might have had a few busts, but they're going to make Hayabusa start moving. So it's been a pretty exciting meet.
Did you go to Wemby a few times to work with them?
I'm there every other month with them, and then in the in-between times they'll just send me the footage, and I do a lot of stopwatch timing, and timing Hayabusa, timing their stuff, and then I'll come back and spend a month with them and just trying out a bunch of new stuff and new ideas. And we're really getting fluid with slots, kind of getting rid of A slots, B slots, and just everything's A, and taking, we're doing the Russians did 10 years ago.
I didn't know that. Did you keep the secret kind of that you were preparing them, in the background for the big showdown, the one here in Bahrain?
It hasn't been big public knowledge. We've just been kind of doing our thing, seeing how it goes. So this has been a bit of a debut. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I mean, we must say Hayabusa is coming off of a pretty rough stint. They just were in the fight of their lives. They had to come back from what wasn't the best day of skydiving they've ever done in Australia to fight through a win, fly back home for a few days, and then come back out here. So of course everybody recognizes that. But at the end of the day, it'll be interesting to see what they do for Wemby in April coming up here. The world meet.
That is nice of you to bring this up. Actually, that's fair, because yes, they have been focusing on the outdoor season, and now they are coming there. So that's good sports on their end, and it's fair of you to bring that up. That's really true. So you're expecting more opposition when they come in Wemby to Wemby in March.
I'm sure that they'll bring more opposition, but I'm sure we'll be better as well. So
Yeah.
The Wemby team last year didn't have the biggest training plan. I think this team's taken it a little more seriously. It's not who knows exactly how much training everybody's going to be doing, but I can imagine that the Wemby team will be prepared for a Wemby World Meet at Wemby. You know, I mean, I'm sure they're going to represent their home tunnel in their home competition with pride. So.
Did you expect, are you disappointed kind of that there's not so much competition here actually? 12 points ahead now after round 7, I believe, or?
Yeah, well, we talked about it in the team meeting. We're like, I know we prepare a lot of scenarios in your mind mentally to prepare yourself to go into the next rounds and how you're going to act if you're up or down or tied. But this is a scenario that we didn't plan for. You know, but we felt like we came back strong today. We lost 1 point, but you know, we just wanted to make sure we came back with the same kind of fire that got us there and keep pushing a little bit and competing all the way through. But Hayabusa had a bit of a rough round. You know, it wasn't their best round in the world. So
you and Roy, you have a pretty long connection behind you anyway. I mean, you were coaching Hayabusa when Roy was still a team member.
Yes, I did 5 or 6 years with Hayabusa, something like 2005, 6, I don't know, a few years though. Yeah, out in Empuria.
And you didn't yell too much at him, so he would call you back, and he still likes
obviously
you?
not. Obviously not. They saw something in me, so that was nice. I mean, it's been an honor to work with such talented people and try out some ideas, and you know, it's been great.
I will have the opportunity to ask him later directly. You said they will be ready in a few minutes.
Yes, they'll be ready for an interview here in a bit. They're just finishing up. That fast round that separated the Hayabusa and Wemby, it also separated some of the best of the rest competition. With airspeed not being here, it opens up a slot for a bronze medal at a World Cup. And obviously with these young teams, Amnesia and Echo Chamber and the Moscow team, these teams have really been fighting and pushing for quite a while. And that fast round, unfortunately for Sweden, affected them, and they dropped about 8 points to or 7 points to Amnesia, and that's really cost them. And Amnesia's been fighting now with Moscow for that top spot. I think Amnesia's currently in 3rd after 7 rounds, though, holding on to the bronze medal spot. It's pretty impressive flying for such a young group of jumpers.
Yeah, and they deserve it. They have been working so hard, you know, and every single time Echo Chamber always placed ahead of them. I love the Swedes too, but you know, at this point, I think Amnesia needs also their little.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've really stepped up to go and beat both Russia and Echo Chamber. You're holding off two pretty tough teams, and it looks like they're going to. I mean, at least through round 8 anyway, they're going to hold on to that bronze medal spot. Now, the last 2 rounds, they're not going to yield the kind of scores that we've been seeing. So it's going to be tough to make up points in these next 2 rounds for sure. They're definitely the slower. They're probably going to be the slowest 2 jumps really of the competition coming up.
There's also ACM with your former teammate, Formula teammate Dave Rogers.
And Will Cook also was on Formula there the last year. We got the bronze. They're performing all right. They were 186 here after 7 rounds. I know they weren't happy with their first day, but they feel like today's been flowing a little better. The fast round, I guess, cut them out a bit as well. It's tough competition when your fastest round happens to be a double slot switcher for some of those teams. But
yeah, and then you also have Sean Stokes and Kate Lindsley at the NFTO lineup. They were a Formula.
Yeah, they've all been products of the Formula project that we had for a few years. It's nice to see those people continue on despite the project being shut down basically by the BPA. But it's nice to see the remnants of it continue on and taking home medals, because it looks like Sean and Kate will be bringing home the gold due to the lack of a French team, and they're definitely solidly in that gold medal spot. The French team was another team, I believe, that suffered from that fast round. If I just pull the scores up here.
Yeah, I don't think they were kind of in contention to begin with anyway, but they are a very interesting surprise. It's a very young and new and talented.
Yes,
French
definitely they've jumped out here in the scene here. They're going to be solidly in 2nd. And it looks like the Team X from Sweden is in 3rd again. So definitely super interesting.
They have to watch the Chinese team, though. The Chinese team is very strong too.
Yes, the Chinese, both teams have been flying pretty good, but they've got they They're pretty wild.
Well, yeah, the female team though looks pretty good technically and also clean. I'm impressed, I have to say, from what I've
And you
saw.
got to look at, and we got UK's got 3 female teams here out of the 8.
Yeah.
They're really showing their the pedigrees and the up and coming teams, which is really great for the UK to have not only the top team but another team in the middle and then a young team at the bottom. So that's really positive to see for the British delegation.
Yep. Well, that's all very exciting. We are still only at the end of the second day, so there's another day with 2 more rounds coming. And
we do have 2 more rounds. It's going to be exciting. I look forward to seeing how it all pans out.
Yep, no doubt. Well, thanks, Joey. Maybe we'll have some time again when it's all over and see what comes out of it after round 10 then. And,
yeah, I should be able to find it. We finish at like noon tomorrow, so we got plenty of time as well. So okay. I'll have to wake you up early again.
Yeah, it's a tough deal and staying up all night.
Yeah, all these competitions in Asia have been hard on us.
Well, next year we're going only to Europe, for Wembley.
Yeah, and we've got the World Cup in Eloy. We got the indoor in Eloy, so that'll be outdoors in Eloy. So we'll be back home in America, my old stomping grounds, where I started working as a skydiver 25 years ago. So that's kind of fun. So we go back there.
Back to the
well, great, Carl. Thanks for your time. I'm happy to help you out, and I'll let you get on with the rest of your interviews and talk to you later.
Thanks, Joey. Later.